In this video, I'm going to go over the ins and outs of posture therapy, how it works, and by the end of this video, you'll understand what perfect posture is and how posture therapy is going to help you make you a better athlete. So this is what perfect posture would look like. So we have 8 load-bearing joints, 2 shoulders, 2 hips, 2 knees, and 2 ankles. And we want these all to be vertically stacked on top of one another, as well as horizontally aligned with the one across from it. So by doing this, we take 4 photos of you to see where your misalignments are so that we know where we need to attack. From there, we're really trying to retrain the fascial system of your body. So everything in your body is connected to one another, all the way from the bottom of your foot to the very top of your head, in the front, back, side, really deep within the body, or that superficial outer layer. So no one exercise is for one particular part or symptom of your body. Because if you're experiencing shoulder pain, there's something going on in the lower body that's contributing to the way that the shoulder is currently working, that's causing the discomfort. And unless we alleviate what's going on lower, we're never going to truly change in a long-lasting sense what's happening up top. So what the really big thing for baseball players in particular is this spiral line. So you've probably heard of that, like fascial slings or crossbody slings, but your left hip works in conjunction with your right shoulder. So if we're experiencing something at the right shoulder, there's likely something going on at the left hip or something on that left side that's contributing to what's going on there. So we have to address the entire structure of your body. And in a really simplified way, it boils down to these 5 muscles. So these 5 muscles connect every major limb and vertebrae in your body to one another. So starting right here with your calf connects into your Achilles, which connects into the heel. But the calf also extends over the back of the knee to the femur. So in changing the way that this muscle is positioned or the way that it's recruited, we can change how your foot is positioned in terms of an everted or inverted position, supination or pronation if you're a high arch or flat arch kind of person, as well as what's going on at the knee. So if you think of your knee as needing to sit together like this, it can either externally rotate, internally rotate, go into a valgus position or knock-kneed, or varus or bow-legged, okay? So we can affect a lot of positional change in the lower body from changing the way that this calf is activated and positioned. Your glute is a huge stabilizing muscle, and we need to be able to access it. But most of our glutes are inhibited. So not you can't lift weight and you're weak, but we just can't access this muscle to the degree that we need to be able to. So if we can affect positional change at the pelvis in terms of anterior tilt tilted too far forward or posterior where it's tucked back, we can affect that position as well as what's going on at the femur because it attaches to the outside of the leg. So there's a lot of different things that we can do here with the glute. The psoas muscle is arguably the most important muscle in your body, in my opinion, because it's the only muscle that connects your spine to your leg. It's hugely important in hip flexion and external rotation, which is the exact position that you land in when you're moving down the mound into that landing spot. Or if you're a hitter going into your front side, we have to be able to stabilize on that hip to effectively transfer the weight. So in changing how this muscle is positioned, we can change lumbar or low back position, pelvic position in terms of anterior, posterior tilt or rotation, as well as what's going on with the femur because of where it inserts. Your traps are a really huge muscle, so they connect T12 all the way up into your cervical. But most of us get very upper trap dominant where we start to shrug or the shoulders start to dump and round forward because of the upper trap taking over. So we don't recruit the mid to low trap well enough, which means that it's very hard for us to get into this stable T-spine extended position without just dumping into it and flaring the rib cage up and out. So if we can work on the way that this is recruited, we can make you a much more stable person. If we're not recruiting the low to mid trap well enough, it probably means that we're not recruiting the rhomboid well enough as well. The rhomboid is the hugely important muscle for stabilizing your shoulder blade. So it's responsible for getting you into this scap retracted position. But if we're in this winged out posture of the shoulder blade, it can be very difficult to effectively load your scap. So the trap takes over for it to elevate the arm up, and you can get really tight up here, which can then place added stress on the front of the shoulder as well as your elbow from not having that freedom of movement. So hopefully this video makes a little bit more sense as opposed to what's going on with posture. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I'm happy to answer anything that you've got.